Hey there, tomato heads. Lauren here, Mrs. Tomato Head. Welcome to Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce this Thursday, August 15th, 2024. Glad you're here. If it's your first time here, welcome. This is a show I do on Thursdays where I just kind of ramble on about tomatoes. Technically, about the 10 tomatoes I'm obsessed with that week. And right now, since it's the middle of tomato season for me, I've kind of been talking about stuff I taste with my husband at night, Mr. Tomato Head, my husband Rob, and I've been offering my thoughts on a lot of the tomatoes. Next week, I think next week I'll do the show on like all of the 9 out of 10s we've had this season. We still have a few more to taste, maybe only like 4 more that we haven't tasted yet, including this one. Been waiting all season for this guy. Yes, this is a tomato. This is Pomodoro Core Antico di Acqui Terme. Say that 10 times fast. Seeds came from Secret Seed Cartel. It's supposed to be a ginormous paste tomato. For us, the plant's not doing well. One of the few we have that is not doing well. But I'm super excited for this because how cool does that look? So if you go to Secret Seed Cartel, one of my favorite vendors, you can find them. We have not tasted that yet. And I believe that's our only one. I think we have a few more coming. I should mention, if it's your first time here, this is an interactive broadcast because you're all my friends. Even if we don't know each other yet, you're my friends, because if you're watching this, that means you are a tomato head like me. I am a tomato head. We've been growing tomatoes for about 30 years since we moved. We were a newly married couple, moved into this house, and we had property. And so I've always loved tomatoes. I grew up, my dad had a small garden. And, obviously the passion for tomatoes has evolved into this, you want to call it obsession, I don't know what you want to call it, but every year, like, the bar is set a bit higher for us as I kind of explore new breeders and, things from all around the world here in the United States, also, abroad. I'm a big fan of varieties from Poland, Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan. This year I've got a lot from Alafirov in Kazakhstan. It's really fun to explore all of this. And then I have a group that helps me make it even more fun, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. I'm sure many of you watching are from there. So hey guys from TLC. I started the group about a year ago with my friends Kina and Jen, and we have a lot of fun, and we help each other learn. And we're really a group for tomato enthusiasts. We do swap seeds, but we're much, much more than that. So let's say hi to a few of you out here. Glad you're all here. Dee's Garden Adventures, glad you're here. Hello. My swamp bitch is here. Hey, Harlea, glad you're here. Haley's here. Hello, hello. Sati is here. Hello, my friend. That reminds me, last week I wore a shirt she gave me. This week I've got a new one. It's tomato time. Woohoo, it's tomato time. It's always tomato time, isn't it? Hi, Rowena. Glad you're here. Hi, Lauren and my fellow tomato heads. Hi, Naray. Hello. Glad you're here. Hi, Sherva, my friend. How are you? Oh, I'm echoing. Am I? Am I still echoing? Check, check, check. Somebody comment, see if I'm still echoing. I don't know if I can do anything about it anyway. Yeah, sorry I'm echoing. Hopefully it's not too bad. And can you guys understand me okay? Oh, hey, I'm looking at the most comment ones. I don't hear an echo. No, that's good. That's good. Let me get to do these in order so I don't miss anybody. Missy's here. Thanks, Jen. Glad you're here, by the way. Mike, I'm glad I made it on time. Glad you're here. Honestly, you could come in like an hour into it and you won't really miss any tomatoes, right? Because if you guys have watched me before, I tend to go off into like tomato never land. I love tomatoes. I love sharing tomatoes with you guys. I always have lots of thoughts and new things I learn each week, which is what makes the show fun. Eva's here. Hello, Mama Isi. Glad you're here. Hi, Christina. Aloha. Are you from Hawaii? Glad to have you here. Or are you just playing around with Hawaiian greetings? Michael Breyer's here. Hello. And that's a good reminder. If it's your first time watching, I give away seed prizes at the end of each episode. So type in hashtag tomato in the comments during the show at any time, and I will be doing my generator tool will help me give away some seed prizes. Today I've got some help with Heidi Giores was here yesterday and just today picking up more tomatoes, and she dropped off some seeds she wants to give away. Couple packages of seeds for Strange Love, which is Bill Yoder's one of his new Depeche Mode ones, a really cool looking one, and then 2 packs for Bosque Blue Bumblebee. So thank you, Heidi, if you're watching. I think you just left my house, so I don't even know if you're home watching yet. But I'm also going to give away a couple of my things. So, and something I think you guys may want as you watch the show. Hashtag tomato. So yeah, make sure you type in hashtag tomato. I've been so fortunate. I share this every week, but the more weeks that go on, the more we taste. I am blown away by the number of great tomatoes we've tasted, not just good tomatoes, great tomatoes. Up until this year, I think I could probably count on one hand how many 9 out of 10s we'd given. Malachi Box, of course, has always been our number one. We're not sure it's our number one, though, after this year, to be honest with you. It's still great. Our plant, unfortunately, we only grew one plant, and that was one of the unusual ones that just died off. It got bacterial wilt, and it just died. Not before I got to cross it, though, thankfully. But I'm doing my first big girl cross with an indeterminate. So next year I'll get to sample that out, which I'm excited about. But yeah, we've got some great tomatoes. We gave a couple of 9s away this year. So next week, I think I'll do the 9s episode. Today, I'm going to be showing you some 8s. 8 is an amazing review from us. Amazing. 7 is a really good review from us. 7 or 6 is a good tomato. 5 is we're kind of indifferent. We've given away lots of 5s and 6s. I think only 1 or 2 4s this year, which that's a first too. Not having as many that were. Nothing's been, well, there's been one that's kind of a total spitter for me. Seven Rivers tricolor with that antho. The antho is too much for me to handle. I can handle a little bit of antho, but if it's predominantly antho flavor, I just, some of you like it. Obviously, taste is subjective. I think it tastes like soap. So not for me. So that was a real bummer. But the rest of them, we've got some great tomatoes. Some that I was expecting to be great were not. Some that I wasn't expecting to be great were. So it's been really exciting. So I'm sharing some of those here today. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's get to more comments. Did I get Brianna? I did, but we'll get to you again. Hi, Brianna. Glad you're here. Katie B, not sure if I got you. Hi, Katie. Echo's okay now. Good. Hey, Jen Joy. I know you. My bestie. How are you, my friend? Glad you're here. Nicole's here. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Eileen. How's your Lavoisienne doing, Eileen? I remember you got one of our prizes. I'm curious to hear how yours is doing. My potato leaf one is long gone. It like produced a lot and then it just wilted away. The regular leaf one, which is not true to type, that's still spitting out tomatoes. And I don't know that I've done an episode where I showed the difference between the two. The fruits are completely different. The one on the regular leaf plant is actually similar. And I forgot to do a slide on this, rats. Similar in looks to this, but a little bit darker. This is Carol Chico's big paste black. And then the potato leaf one, which was true to type, although somebody said the shape wasn't correct, but that is like a rusty tricolor look, really, really beautiful. So I'm saving seeds for both, but I'm thinking the potato leaf true to type one is that, to me, that one actually tasted better as well. My buddy Linda's here. Hello, everyone, she says. My buddy Deb's here. Hey, Deb. I'm showcasing a couple more of the varieties you gave me today, Deb, so I'm super excited. Hey, Michael, going for groceries, but we'll be listening. Michael, I I opted to not taste your micro on the air because I know you said on Tuesday that you were nervous. I didn't wanna stress you out. Um, I can do it in private and then let you know my thoughts privately. It wasn't meant to be a public thing when you asked me to help you stabilize, so I just opted not to do that, but glad you're here, even when you're shopping for groceries. Um, that looks so fun. What looks fun? I wonder. This is what happens when you get behind in comments. That looks so fun. Not sure, but hi, Haley. Glad you're here. Karen's here. Hello. Glad you're here. Tara Dove. Hello. Hello. That shape is awesome. What did I show? Now I don't even remember what I showed. Oh, that looks like fun. Haley says the shape is awesome. I know. Pomodoro di car di antiche terme. Isn't that fun? It feels very light. So I have a feeling we will slice into this and it will be hollow. I mean, it's supposed to be a paste. I don't know. It's probably little seeds and goo. I don't know how many seeds I'm able to save from this baby, but we shall see. But you know, when you lift a tomato and it's very light, this feels light. In fact, last week I shared in the group, but also here, I believe that Rob finally got his 2-pound tomato. It was a variety called large membranous. Um, and while it looked like it was going to be a 2-pound tomato, probably close to a 3-pound tomato from looks, the bottom was concave. So I thought for sure we were going to miss it again, but in fact, it was 2.5 pounds. Um, but the density of that variety feels pretty light also. By the way, what we didn't know last week is we actually tasted it this week, and it's pretty good. I mean, a lot of those tomatoes that are just huge just don't have much flavor. People grow them, I think, just to get the big tomato. But for a red and a big one, it was pretty good. I forget what we rated it. It may have been a 7, 6.5, 7 probably. Surprisingly good. I'm gonna show you a couple if it's your first time watching also, or just if you don't follow along that closely, besides Rob wanting to get that 2-pound tomato, we have also been on the search for 30 years for a red tomato that blew us away. Every year we grow several more, looking for what I had in my tomato mind was the perfect red tomato, the red tomato of my childhood that I remember from, the Jersey tomato. That's what I remember from summers here growing up in New Jersey, and I've never found it. I read all these reviews and say, "This is the red tomato you're looking for," and I know that vendors are limited in what they can say. They wanna sell seeds, and of course, they're going to say it's a great tomato. And I listen to all of you too, of course. Um, I just have never found it. Not even really anything all that close, to be honest with you. We tasted a variety called Assol several weeks ago, ASSOL. And that was a pretty good red, and I've been telling everybody it was a pretty good red, and it is. It's really productive. We're still getting some. We have had a lot of Assol sandwiches because it's a great sandwich tomato. I've got not one, but two that are better today to share with you. So I'm excited about that. One you guys probably know if you're in TLC. The other one you don't. So excited to share that with you. Jen, before y'all forget, hit that like button. Thanks, Jen. Like, and if you don't subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate if you subscribe. That would be great. Um, Rowena, my plant, yeah, you were growing that with me. The Pomodoro Quar Antica de Derme. My plant isn't doing well either. 2 tomatoes and both have blossom and rod. Oh shoot. I was gonna ask you, Rowena. Darn. It's one of those that I kind of kept forgetting about because everything else around it was doing well. And then I would look at the tag and I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on with that? And I kind of stare. And yesterday I was out there picking something else, and this was kind of sort of wedged in between the fencing. This is in our in-ground bed. And I saw it. At first I'm like, what's a pepper doing here? And then I saw I think I might have one more in the work. So that really, really stinks. I was looking forward to this one. But I mean, maybe it's really good. If it's really good, we'll grow it again. It's super, super cool. Those seeds came from Secret Seed Cartel. Yeah, Rowena, keep me posted. Our other buddy's here. Hey, Kina. Hi, everyone. She says Kina from Norway, watching very late. Kina, Jen, and I run Tomato Lovers Collective and swap together. I thought I had a slide for it. I I did make up a slide for it, but it didn't upload for some reason. So yesterday in the group, I shared about joining another place that's great for tomato enthusiasts called Tomato Junction, tomatojunction.com. Oh, I see my internet's flickering out. Hopefully it's all right. Tomatojunction.com is an old, like, looks like the old time message boards I'm used to with, like, was it Prodigy from like when the internet first started, kind of a forum bulletin board type thing. They've been around for a long time, not to be mistaken with Tomatoville. A lot of people say, they tried to join, but they couldn't because it says it's closed. That's Tomatoville. Tomato Junction is very much open. And if you remember back over the winter, Jen Joy, my partner, Tomato Talk Live and moderator of the group, she did not one but two live unboxings from a swap called the MMMM. I'm going to forget what it is again. Mostly mystery mater mailing. I think that's what it is. It's this tomato seed massive swap. And I didn't do it. I never really was interested in things like that because I thought I'm just going to end up with packages of seeds of things I already have. I have a large collection. And I helped her. It was like one of her first lives by herself, and so I said I'd be on the air with her. She doesn't need that anymore, although we do have fun together. So I was on there with her, and I'm sitting there writing down. She got so much good stuff. So if you watch those, I put a link. It's actually pinned in the group right now in the featured section. But you want to join. I asked. I've gotten in touch with Gary Fitzgerald, otherwise known as Tornado. He is he heads up that MMMM. There's four M's swap in Tomato Junction. And I said, I know people are going to want to do it this year. What should I tell them? And he said, for now, just join Tomato Junction. So it's a great place to join. They're really nice people over there. So go ahead and join. Introduce yourself. I saw some people join. They said Lauren sent me, which was really neat. And then the rules are going to be updated a little bit and timelines and stuff too. So rest assured you won't miss anything. I will keep you all posted. But the first thing you want to do is definitely join over there. So it's another great place for tomato heads. We're all in this together, right? Let's get to some more comments. Beth Dumas here. Hi, Beth. Glad you're here with us. Oh, hey, Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. Dorothy did my headshots for my book. I have a couple books. I don't know if you guys know that, but she's a local professional photographer. She did my headshots. Actually, it's one of them's my profile photo on Facebook too. Is it in here? There it is. There's that one. I think I used a different one for the other book, the 5-minute. Oops, my little tomato died down. I think I used the other one for this one. Yeah, I used another one. Anyway, Dorothy did these headshots for me here locally in Clinton, New Jersey. Hey, thanks, Dorothy. Glad you're here. I know you were talking about photographing some of my tomatoes a couple of years ago. Who else we got? Voni's Grow With Me in the DMV. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. Michael's here. Hello. Sounds good for me. Everybody says I'm back a little bit. Not hearing an echo. Hey, Zach. Bought some Matt's Wild Cherry tomatoes from a local farmer's market, and I've saved the seeds. That's great. That's a great way to get started. Really great way. If you're looking to build your collection, you're feeling like you don't have things to trade in the group, that's a great thing to do. As long as you know what the variety is. Saving seeds is great. Or go to a vendor, buy a couple packs of seeds, and then you've got stuff to trade. But I think it's cool that you went to a place and they had Matt's Wild Cherry. That's great. I missed a comment here. Oh, Mama EC says, my plants are starting to die down. Mine too. I don't know if you were on my garden tour on Tuesday, but this is the second year it's happened. And I shared this on Tuesday. This is our second year using a mushroom compost filtered topsoil mix from a local landscape garden center. And believe me, that stuff is crack for tomatoes. It's been amazing. But what's been happening in our raised beds, which is where we put that stuff, we put a little in the in-ground, but mainly those are the no, how many beds we have now? 6 beds, 6 raised beds. And Rob, if you're watching, don't worry, that's it. But anyway, what happens is stuff grows really hard, really fast. Things ripen really quicker than we've ever had before, like sometimes early to mid July, and then they die down. Now, the heat and humidity of New Jersey in August helps that. We also had a drought, and then we had the 3 days of tropical storm Debbie of rain. So we went from drought to that. So my plants look terrible, and I have so many ripe tomatoes hanging out there, which is like against my religion. It pains me. I can't keep up. And I sound like a brat. I know, because so many of you have had awful seasons. We've had an epic season. It does pain me to see those out there, but I'm doing my best. I'm like a crazy maniac. I have a good friend coming to stay the weekend. She's arriving tomorrow morning, and I need to go to the grocery store, and I'm still saving seeds. And I didn't want to cancel my show because I wanted to do this with you guys because I love you all. Who am I missing here? Urban White Buffalo Farms here. Hello. Hello. Oh, you made it. She's back home. Heidi, who picked up some more tomatoes, and glad you're home. If you have questions about stuff on the labels, because there's a couple that a couple aren't labeled. Those little ones are Chef Guy Getta. And then one is one of the ones I'm going to show today, Anaquita Vaya, but I think some of them are lengthy. So if you plan on saving seeds, like I know you did the last batch, talk to me and I'll let you know what they are. Hi, Sue. Glad you're here. At the UP State Fair, but still finding time for tomato talk. UP. What's UP? State Fair. UP. You got to tell me. UP. Exciting, or the state fair. Speaking of state fair, not really a state fair, but Cynthia Floyd posted something in the group like an hour or so ago. It's a really lengthy article about Fruition Seeds. Fruition Seeds is stopping seed sales. I shared that in the group a couple times, as recently as yesterday, just a reminder that they're done selling like August 27th or something. But they are doing an event on Saturday. They're giving away free seeds. Let me show you the article. I put a link to the article in the comments of her post because just to make it, sometimes formatting makes it easier to read. But there's an article here in like the Syracuse Times or something. Upstate New York organic producer giving seeds away for free, calls them a gift from nature. It's true. They're giving away free seeds. So if you're in upstate New York or want to travel to upstate New York to get some of their free seeds, you can do that. It's awfully generous of them. I'm going to put the link in the comments also. They have some unique seeds. They work with Cornell University. And Phil Griffiths is a breeder. I've showcased a couple of his varieties on past shows: White Zinger, Yellow Submarine, Jaded, and Ramonte actually told me about him. And it looks from the article that they're actually like, I can't quite make it out, that Cornell wants their seeds back, something like that. I can't quite figure it out, but you can read the article and decide for yourself. Did I just put that in the comments? Yes, I did. Okay. Good. So if you're around or you want to make a road trip to go up to Syracuse, New York, sounds like a good deal. Hey, Drew, I'm blown away by how many tomatoes you've tasted, Lauren. You and me both. Every night we're like, how can there still be tomatoes we haven't tasted? We still have, what do we still have? We still have Pommiati Corneva. We still have that Pomodoro Quarantico de Terme. What else is up there? We have 2 Jarson 17s that have been ripened forever. And I want to do a taste off. One is Jars and 17s I got from Terra Nova Farm. Look, I'm doing this as if I'm holding them. I feel like I'm holding them. And one is from Lux Tomatoes. They look pretty much the same, but I want to see if they taste any different. Trying to think of what else is upstairs on my cutting board. I don't know. There's like 3 other things, but I can't think of them right now. Hey, Renee, glad you're here. If you guys are just joining, make sure you type in hashtag tomato. I'll be giving some seeds away from Heidi. Heidi Jories has dropped off a couple of packages of Strange Love, 3 packages of Strange Love, which is in Bill Yoder's Depeche Mode line, and 2 packages of Bosque Blue Bumblebee. I also wanted to share this variety. I'm getting a lot. So I'm giving away a lot of seeds for B times Macbeth. Those of you in the group know it's part of why I grew this and made it my winter project, to get them to germinate, to grow them, to save as many seeds as possible so I can distribute them, because this variety was nearly extinct. You couldn't find it anywhere. Even Tom Wagner, the breeder himself, did not have seeds. So, and with Micropalooza starting on Saturday the 1st, and September 1st, not Saturday, September 1st, I wanted to get them out, and I'm so behind on giving things away, plus it being seed season. I'm like, trying to think of how to get them out before. So I've done a couple offers that like 30 at a time, where you could send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. That's it. Just a self-addressed stamped envelope. Send it to me and I send it back to you. I got the first one today, actually. So I'm giving those away. And in the process of giving those away, I think I'm close to like 85 so far. And I'm continuously saving seeds, so I will open it up again soon. I just need to pace myself because it's a lot. Even with self-addressed stamped envelope, it's still a lot. So a couple of you have asked for this variety, bred by Mette Neeland from Denmark, called Naked Kiwi. She posted about this in the group a couple weeks ago, actually. It's a variety that she has bred. It's a new one. She worked with Tom Wagner on it, which is really super cool. She says, according to her post, she says, meet a new kid on the block. I'm releasing Naked Kiwi now. She's been stabilizing it with some help from Tom Wagner, as I had no clue what to choose and what to look for. It's been a work in progress from 2018 to current. The cross was made back in 2009 by Tom Wagner during a visit with the Danish seed savers. I can't pronounce this. It's got a lot of characters that I don't recognize. Frosum. Unfortunately, everyone has forgotten which varieties they chose to cross. It's a really delicious and sweet GWR tomato, green when ripe, with a lot of aroma, but also freshness. Brix measured at a 6.2, which is pretty sweet. So it looks awesome. Awesome sauce. Many of you are requesting it, saying that Met said I have them. I do. Thanks to Heidi who paid shipping, and then she took some seeds for herself, and then she dropped off the rest to me. But basically, Met gave me enough for me to grow out for next year. I'm going to give some to Kina and Jen, and maybe a prize or two. But really, when she says I have them for next year, not really this year. I mean, I'm counting, I think, maybe a prize or two. I will see that when I distribute to Kina and Jen and keep for myself. So I just want everybody to not misunderstand that I really don't have much to give away of that this year, but next year I'm growing it out. I will be saving seeds, and I will be happy to distribute that for Met. So just want to clarify that before everybody asks me for Naked Kiwi. If you can put it in your most wanted. She is in the group. Perhaps she has extra, but she only sent us, I think, 50 total. Heidi had took 5 for herself, 5 for a friend. Well, it leaves us 40. 5 for me, Keen and Jen the 15. So very limited. So check back with me next year, or check with Met, and perhaps I think she sent out to a few people in the group already. I don't know how many seeds she has, so you can check with her also. But best to not check with me because I just don't have them. Thank you, Lauren, for the tomatoes. You're very welcome. Can't wait to hear what you think of these. Regarding Lavoisienne, I'm saving seed. My potato leaf also died young. Yeah, interesting. How did they taste? I've had so many people from like France who had grown it before who said that if I gave it a good review, I didn't have the correct one. They say it tastes terrible. First of all, taste is subjective. I don't know how that could be. But second of all, I stand by my review. I gave it an 8 out of 10, I believe. It was really quite good. Maybe theirs, I mean, maybe mine being not true to type as they claim because it didn't have the pear shape. I don't know. Other than the pear shape, it looked exactly the same from the color wise in the picture. So I don't know. I don't know how you can. Seems like they're. I don't know. I don't want to get into all that. It just seems. I won't get into it. There's a little going on behind the scenes there that I could guess, but I'm not really sure. But I quite liked it. Eileen says Lavoisienne is very disease resistant. Mine are still healthy. Am I confused? Your potato leaf also died young. Are we not talking Lavoisienne here? Are you talking about your regular leaf? Because my regular leaf Lavoisienne is also very disease resistant. My potato leaf was not. Either that it just produced a ton and then it died off on me. Hey, Anthony. Glad you're here. You grow rose here. Hello. Hello. Hi, Teresa. Hello. David Corey with crop. This is Tomato Head. You're like fine wine. Love your information. Thanks, David Corey with crop. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I've never been compared to fine wine before. That's awesome sauce. Teresa says, hello, fellow tomato heads. That's so funny about asshole. Yeah, I know. I know. I share this all the time. I never grow something ever because it's got a cute name. I mean, that's always a plus, but I always pick for flavor. But I did buy that from Tomato Galaxy because of the name, because I wanted to distribute it to people. And my husband, Rob, told our adult son, Jake, adult son, 26, that he could choose 4 varieties for us to grow this year. And that was one of them. So was large membranous, which gave us the 2-pound tomato. So he thought he just picked things based on funny names. And I'm glad he picked asshole because it's really quite good. And it is funny saying it. Lena Halberstadt shared, I think last week or the week before I talked about it, and she shared what it means. I knew it didn't mean asshole. It's ASSOL. I believe she said it's a character in a play, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe one of you remembers better than I do. But that's what it really means. It's just funny to say it here in English language. Our joyful days. Your harvest is amazing. Love watching every live and videos. Thanks, our joyful days. I love watching your name pop up. My alter ego is the Gratitude Addict. If you go on gratitudeaddict.com, I actually have a website talking about the other hat I wear, which is running a group on Facebook called Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain. I've run that for it's nearly a decade now. Here it is. And my website kind of shares my story. Definitely hit a rock bottom 11 years ago. And so gratitude is really big in my life. Be grateful. It's really, so that's why I say at the end of each show, peace, love, get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Gratitude's really important in my life. It's really living with chronic pain and illness. Many of you know this. I'm amazed at how many tomato heads I have met, all of you who also live with some kind of chronic pain, illness, disability. I think gardening, and for me, tomatoes is a really nice distraction from chronic pain. So anyway, I digress, but our joyful days, that name makes me happy. So I'm really glad you're here. Top-notch admins love this group. I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. Hi, Terry. Glad you're here. The Quarantico Determine is crazy cool. I know. Something, I don't have high hopes, but I've been wrong before a lot this season, actually, about not having high hopes. The fact that it's So light. I don't know. Maybe we'll taste it. We have to taste it tonight because tomorrow my friend will be here. Maybe we'll have her taste. We really have to taste our last 4 and just be done with it. Tongue twister, yes. Pomodoro, quartico, aquí di terme. Karen, it was easy to join Tomato Junction, but the MMMM process seems confusing. Don't panic at all. For now, like I said a few minutes ago, Gary just said to join Tomato Junction. He's going to be redoing the timeline and the process, but I will be sure to keep those of you in TLC updated on what that process is. In the past, you can put up a wish list, which I think there is a thread for a wish list now. It's not that active, but I believe it all starts happening in November. The important thing was just to join for now, but I agree. It's a bit confusing. I'm having a hard time kind of getting used to the format over there, but don't worry, Gary and I are now speaking, and I will be sure to keep you guys updated. Jen, I haven't done any haul yet, but I also got a package of tons of beans and all other stuff for that swap. You did, Jen, but he also made it clear to me that you got more than most people because he wanted to promote the MMMM swap in our group. So you did get a ton of stuff, and you do get a ton of stuff from that swap. I just don't want everybody thinking that that you're going to be getting like 600 varieties, because you'll get a lot of varieties. You'll get a crazy amount of varieties, but Jen got an insane amount of varieties. I need an MMM for gummies diet. Yeah, maybe I'll work on that. Thanks for the info on it. You're my pleasure. My pleasure. Everybody feels the same way. I'm behind in the comments. Hey, Sashka, glad you're here. Lisi is here. Hello. Maybe I'll do a video in the next couple of weeks of my process that I do to enter it into the swap and share it. You can, Jen. I would clarify, or maybe wait for Gary to get in contact with us about new information for this year. But, certainly nothing stopping you. I'm sure they would appreciate that. I just wouldn't want to put any information out there for this year that may not be accurate. I'm sure the process for sending stuff in is the same. It's probably just the timeline that's different, but we'll want to check first. Hi, Catherine. Glad you're here. Everybody's saying, yeah, Jen, that would be great. Yeah, well, you can do whatever you want. Let's talk to Gary first. Tell him that you want to do that. And then, he can say that would be a good idea, or just hold off. Maybe something's changing for this year. Renee says, I'm not ready for the end of gardening season. Yeah, me neither. I am, but I'm not. This time of year is a bit hectic for me as I'm frantically saving seeds, taking a lot of pictures, writing down reviews, putting it in my spreadsheet. I was telling Keena and Jen the other day, like sometimes I forget to let's be in the moment here. The whole point is to enjoy the tomato, right? These beautiful, unbelievably gorgeous tomatoes that are so delicious. So I share in my other group, AOG, Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain, about mindfulness every single day. And I often forget to follow my own advice to be mindful. When I'm outside in the garden, that's no problem. But when I'm inside, like processing and saving seeds and doing all that, I can forget. So a good reminder is to practice the pause. That's a chapter I have in my 52-week intention journal. Practice the pause. Take a step back. I like to remind myself of how far I've come over the past 11 years and remind myself that anything is better than my rock bottom. And then everything's a good day after that. But taking time to breathe, and not that shallow breathing like we always do. But let's all take a deep breath right now. Unshrug your shoulders, unclench your jaw. See, that feels really good, right? I forget to do it too. But when you put your hand over your heart, it makes it even better. Trust me. Lisa, glad you had a good harvest. I did. Zach, what are your thoughts on tomato variety rarity? How do you go about confirming the validity of claims of rarity? And what does rare really mean to you? Is there a broader context? Let me know. That's a great question, Zach. Yeah, I mean, Baker Creek, their website is rareseeds.com. And when they started out, they were rare seeds, but obviously Baker Creek is now a big operation. Their seeds are not rare. For me, Keena and I talk about this a lot, actually. In fact, she's running our grow out in TLC for ultra rare. And so Keena and I were talking about this. What quantifies ultra rare? We kind of saw it as stuff you can't really purchase anywhere. Stuff that perhaps you can find information online, maybe you can't even find information online. Um, Stuff you can't find at most vendors. Or if you can find it at a vendor, it's in Russia or one of those places that's difficult for many of us to reach. Perhaps like for me this year, I'm growing a ton of Jarsons that are very rare. They won't be rare after this year, but they're very rare to American vendors and even most Eastern European vendors. I think that'll change this year too. I'm growing a few rare Kazulas that I haven't found um, photos for previously. All I found is a list of what the cross is, but I'm growing a few that now I have pictures for because I'm growing them. That's what I see as rare stuff that I can't go hit click and purchase. And you're right. I think, Zach, I think that a lot of vendors will use it as really rare. Now, Secret Seed Cartel is one of my favorite vendors. They do have a section on their site called Collector Series. And one of the varieties I'm going to showcase today. Do you see what I mean about you can join in an hour and I won't have shown a tomato? It's already 43 minutes. I haven't gotten into my tomatoes of the week. They have a collector's series. I'm going to talk about one of them today. And when they say something's rare, usually I can only find it there. So I'm growing like Carrie Claxon is one of them in their collector series. I'm growing that this year because they listed as rare. But a lot of things that I see listed as rare by vendors, I can find many places. So I don't think of that as rare. Why don't you guys out there tell me, Keena, Jen, tell me, what do you think of as rare? All of you, what do you think of as rare? Do you kind of go by what I just said, or do you have a different, you know, definition of rare? That's how I see it. Lisa, I need a seed secretary. I do need a seed secretary. Absolutely. Oh, UPS is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Oh, well, have a good time at the state fair there. That sounds awesome. Naked kiwi looks delicious. It does look delicious. I can't wait to grow it. Absolutely. Teresa says, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget. Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate it. Every week I get more subscribers thanks to you guys. Self-addressed stamped envelope helps so much. It does. It does. I hated doing that for B times Macbeth, but it was the only way I knew I would get it out to you guys. I didn't ask for any stamps or anything for that, just a self-addressed stamped envelope. I can throw it in there. I have an information sheet that's going out with all of them. Information about the variety, about my process for germination. It can be a little tough to germinate. I'm only able to give 5 seeds per person. And they're tiny. They're tiny seeds. They've got wild tomato in them. So I want to make sure that you have the best shot at germination. So I've put in some suggestions in there. So I can just stick the seeds, which are already packaged up. I've already done that, which is good. The information sheet, and I can just stick it back to you. Lisa, you're spreading so many. You're doing great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mr. Robert S., this is my first time growing tomatoes, and I'm addicted to growing. I'm so glad, Mr. Robert S. I was talking to James Maxwell about this today. What was I saying to him? I was talking about how the tomato world has exploded. I remember hearing Brad Gates say in a podcast like last year that in the last 10 years, more tomato varieties have been released than was in all of existence prior to that. I think that, over the past 4 years, COVID had a lot to do with the tomato world exploding the way it has. I mean, of course, we've had our, popular breeders that have been around a long time. Tom Wagner, Karen Olivier's been around a while. Many, many. Bill Yoder's just come out the past 2 years with his varieties. But COVID, I think there was, and you guys tell me if you think I'm correct about this. We all had food insecurity. Many of us had food insecurity. And so we didn't know what to expect in the beginning of the pandemic. And so a lot of people were buying seeds. In fact, the seed vendors could not keep up with demand. They were selling out of everything. It was a scary time. And so once people got a taste of growing things from seed, they found it's fun. It's really fun. And so then you grow, I don't know, beefsteak tomato, and it's really, really good. And then perhaps you start exploring, well, what else is out there? And then the deeper you get, you go down the rabbit hole, and then you join us. Then you join Tomato Lovers Collective and swap and watch my shows. I also do Tomato Talk Live with Jen the first Friday of every month. And then all summer I've been doing a Tomato Tour Tuesday, but I think that's over now. This Thursday show, though, I do weekly. And so I think that's kind of the natural progression of how the tomato world's exploded. We've also, in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, right from the get-go, when we started a year ago, just over a year ago, we allowed mention of vendors and links to vendors. We showcase vendors like Tomato Eden, like Grafsamina, vendors that people didn't realize, at least in the United States, that you could actually order from. Lux tomatoes, a whole bunch of them. We thought we were confined to just a couple. Then the tomato world really opened up to us when we see those Eastern European varieties. So I'm kind of on a soapbox here, but that is my take on why the tomato world's been so exciting. Then we grow them, we save seeds, and we share with each other. It's so much fun. We realize that there's so much more to growing your standard red beefsteak. Not that there's anything wrong with the standard red beefsteak. I start those plants for a couple of my friends because they like growing the standard red beefsteak. But, you know, did you know you could grow something that looks like this and have it be incredibly delicious? Maybe some of you have for a while. I've known for a while. I didn't realize how much I'd love Greenland ripes until we discovered Malachite box several years ago. This is a variety called Surprise, by the way, which I'm going to talk about. Feels a little bit mushy. So on that note, should we get to some tomatoes? Oh, see this comment. I want to share this here. I found seeds on a French site for Vorgian rather than La Vorgian. I was wondering if they are the same, just missing the law. Is it on a French site or is it Grafsamina? Because I see it on Grafsamina also, and it is the same. But it'd be interesting if it's on a French site also. The breeder requests that they never be sold. I mean, I'm not in charge of those sites, but I'm curious if you saw it on a French site also because the breeder is French, so I'd be surprised that a French site has it for sale. He makes it very clear they're never for sale. That's why we've been giving them away as prizes. Grafsamina is in Ukraine. She may have gotten lost in the translation that she wasn't supposed to sell them, but I'd be curious, Kim, let me know. Let me know. Oh, Hope. Hope says I can also share Lavorgian. Oh, that's what you were talking about with self-addressed stamped envelope. Message Hope Foster in the group. Thanks, Hope. That's really nice. That's what we do. We share, we give. Kina agrees it's very sweet. Very sweet. Lisa, great group. I'm grateful for Francis being on vacation this week. I'm grateful you're on vacation this week too. So glad for you. I may have to join that group. Please do. All of you are welcome. We've gotten many of the members of let me see if I'll put the link in the comments. It's my oh gosh, I cry about something every week, don't I? Here's what I'm crying about this week. Attitude of gratitude with chronic pain has been my life's work over the last 11 years. And in a lot of ways, it saved my life. And the whole point of this group, I was sharing with a new member yesterday, another tomato head, that life doesn't have to be game over when you get injured or have a chronic disease or chronic pain. It doesn't have to be game over. Things are different. We have to pivot. It's not the life we ever envisioned, that's for sure. Even gardening, we have to do it a little differently often because we don't have the physical capabilities we did. Plus, some of us are aging. I'm 50, I just turned 55 last month. So some of it, I don't know, is it age or I don't know how I'm 55, by the way. I don't know how that happened, but I am. I'm 55. Anyway, I would love to have as many of you who think, and it's not just for chronic physical pain either. PTSD, trauma, if you because we deal with the emotional aspect of we deal with the emotional pain. We can't do anything about the physical, but we deal with emotional pain. So I just put the link, I think, in the comments. Yes, I did. But let me put up the brand again. I would love to see you all there. We share we do intention posts every morning. I write a good night post every night. 3 good things you did well today. The post I do in TLC, that came about because I accidentally posted it in TLC one day, and Jen thought it was terrific, as did some of you. So I've been doing it sporadically in TLC, but that's there every night. And then we've got a bunch of sister groups, including a little gardening group. So I would love to see you guys join us. Let me see if I missed any comments. Here. Oh, Jen, I literally just messaged him about it. Cool beans. Cool beans. Riverdale Gardens. The seeds I got from you grew into amazing plants, lots of tomatoes. As soon as I have ripe ones, I'll email you pictures of the fruit and plants. That makes me really happy. I know I owe you more seeds also. It's written down. I haven't forgotten about you. Good morning, Deborah. 6:30 in Australia. Glad you could start your morning with us. Jen, hello. Hi, Jen Joy. I also watched your videos. Thank you, says Mr. Robert S. Jen Joy's awesome sauce. Subscribe to her channel if you don't. My dog is finally sleeping. I'm glad to hear that. She's had a day with her dog for some reason. Darcy Wilkie. Hello, everyone. I'm packing seeds and listening. Hope all of you are well. By the way, speaking of packing seeds, if you're in our grow outs, if you're on either my teams, Jen teams, or Keena's teams, I've been in touch with my teams through Messenger. I know Keena has also. Jen, I'm not sure if you have, but keep that in mind with packing up seeds. We'll be in touch as far as more information to send to us, but it's 15 packs of 10 seeds, I believe, is what we decided. And Keena and Jen, did we say November 1st? I'm forgetting now. I know I'm getting some already from people that have them packed up. I don't want anybody to panic if you don't have ripe fruits yet or anything like that. I'm just putting it out there because you've got plenty of time. Was it November 1st? I need the Keena brain. Keena has this incredible brain. She reminds me of things I did yesterday. I'm like an idiot savant when it comes to tomatoes, and I can rattle off information, no problem. But when it comes to the rest of my life, I can't, and that's what Keena's for. You would think, because I write these posts, you'd think I'd remember. There she is. There's a Keena brain, November 1st. Thank you. So you guys have plenty of time to get them to us. I just wanted to put that out there. You are also one of the reasons why my days are joyful. I made this my mantra and would always imagine myself old, wrinkly, and happy because I've spent my days with a joyful heart. I love that. I love that. It's awful getting COVID when it's tomato tasting time. My taste buds are so messed up. Ouch. Ouch. I'm pained just hearing about that. Ouch. I'm so sorry to hear that. Brianna, her definition of rare. Super rare to me is something almost unattainable, or maybe only a few have obtained can get it. Rare to me is maybe one source where you can get it and not commonly grown. That's a good definition, I think. Keena, I also think an heirloom that is almost extinct and needs saving is a rare one that needs to be grown and kept alive. Yes, like B times Macbeth. I agree. And also varieties that can't be bought as they are only gifted forward. Right, right. Like bacon, lettuce, and tomato, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And that is what you can get in the MMM swap over at Tomato Junction Gang. The guy that runs the swap, Gary Fitzgerald or Tornado, he is the breeder well, not breeder, he stabilized it, and he gives it out freely in the MMMM swap. So join Tomato Junction. He also has Swoon. He also has a Elbonian Mudball, a bunch of varieties. There's new stuff coming out. He told me about the other day based on bacon, lettuce, and this. Trust me, you want to join over there. Not just for the swap. They're a really good informational source, but yeah, you want to. If you're dying for those seeds, chances are you put in your wish list, you will get those seeds over there. Um, oh, yeah. I see, Zach, I see you're mentioning a vendor, the only vendor I will never mention, and I can talk to you about it privately, because he's a scammer. And I see Michael talk to you about that. Not trying to be rude, but I've vowed that I will never speak about him because he is a scammer. I have proof that he's a scammer, intentionally scamming people. So, what his site looks like is not what you get. Hi, Sri Devi, my new friend. I did not know there were so many varieties around the world. I'm glad I joined this group to get exposed to so many varieties. I'm so glad too, my friend. Um, are there tomatoes from a particular country that even you not been able to gather seeds from that you would like? I wouldn't say Russia, I would say. Not, you know, not looking to support Russia, but they've got some great varieties, and I can't order from any Russian vendor. They're often found like great vendors on Etsy, like Carolina's Paradise has a lot of Russian varieties. TomatoEden.net, um, my vendor who just named the Lauren, Jennifer, and Kina tomatoes after us, which is amazing. She gets a lot of Russian varieties, Grafsamina. They're not in Russia, but they get some Russian varieties. But there's some really cool Russian vendors that I'm salivating over some of those varieties that I'm not able to get. Um, but Ukrainian vendors often have them too. So I wouldn't say seeds from a particular country. I'm loving the seeds of Alafira from Kazakhstan, but they're becoming more readily available. Hey, Sasha, randomly, glad you're here. What happened to me actually showing tomatoes a couple minutes ago? I don't know what happened. Should we do it? Oh, Francis, again about this vendor. No, you don't need patience. He's a scammer. He is. If you want to talk to me about it privately, I have proof that he's a scammer. He is not what he says he is. He is not ill. He's not any of these things he claims to be. You don't need patience. I won't ever mention him. He used to be okay. He's not okay anymore. Not trying to be a downer. Let's talk gratitude again. Let's talk tomatoes. All right. So I already talked to you about naked kiwi. I've got a couple things I wanted to taste today. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to show you. I said I wasn't going to taste Michael's Micro, and I'm not going to, but I wanted to show you guys the very first. I showed you my F1s of my drop the micro that I'm working on. And that's just the first. I did the cross, I grew it out, and I got these beautiful bicolor, large, what would you call it? Well, these shaped tomatoes. And I see today, I have to, after the show's over, I have to go outside. There's like 4 more plants with ripe fruits, but the very first plant, I'm calling it plant 1, has given me the first F2s. So what happens in the F2 stage, F1 stage, you can grow as many F1s as you want. They will all the plants will be the same. So I'm getting these, they're like kind of a peach bicolor, peach and cream. Absolutely stunning from this plant. In the F2 stage, that's when all hell breaks loose. Every plant will be different. There will be different heights. They will be different shaped fruits. Some will be more productive than others. They will taste different. So this is when keeping track of things becomes super important. So I'm super excited. Just with plant 1, I'm really excited for these. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm excited. They feel pretty soft. I think they're ripe, but I want to take good notes and stuff. So I'd probably not do it on the air. Should I do it on the air? Aren't they so pretty? Sorry. There's such a feeling of accomplishment from this. Like, even if I only do this plant, as long as these taste semi-good, I'm really excited. I've never seen a micro with these colors before. They're big fruits and the plant's loaded with them. Linda, 55's young. I'll be 63 on September 4th, 39 and holding. Yeah, 39 and holding. I like my life better today at 55 than I did at 39, that's for sure. Yeah, I see a lot of talk about the vendors. I'm not going to get into that. Maybe I should just say it so you guys know to stay away. It's Renaissance Farms. Don't order. He was fine years ago. He's not fine. He intentionally scams people. He does. That's the last I'm going to say about it. Brianna, I have to duck out early since I'm going to donate blood, but I can't wait to catch up on all the good tomatoes you talk about while I'm out. Yeah, see, we're at an hour. Haven't shown any of the tomatoes. Sorry about that. Good for you donating blood. Good girl. Good girl. I've had chronic pain every day for the past 25 years. So many surgeries, unbelievable. All my surgeries have been 100% successful for that. I'm grateful every day. I'm grateful for that for you too. Join my group. We'd love to have you. A lot of side chats going on here. Goal for my pain relief is 4 out of 10. If I can get down to 4 out of 10, I'm happy. My goal is not to get to 0 because I cannot get there, and this decision has been very freeing to me. I agree. If we're constantly searching for that 0, our life will be pretty miserable, right? Okay, let's get to, I was going to taste some things. So I have 2 things to taste today. I might taste some of the big ones too. I don't know if you guys remember, months and months ago, I was showing mooncalf, which a couple of vendors list as a micro dwarf. This is bred by Russ Crowe from the United States. Kind of an experimental variety, although a lot of vendors have picked up this, considered a stick tomato. I know the picture is a little hard to tell. This grew to 48 inches. It's still outside. 48 inches tall, and it's got 2 leads. Well, 1 lead actually that broke off into 2 stems, and it's got this really cool pom-pom foliage. It's difficult to find seeds because there aren't a lot of fruits on it. But rest assured, it is not a micro. And so the fruits also take a long time to ripen, and I've got some ripe ones here. So I thought I would taste one with you guys. I don't know. The antho scares me. I just don't like antho. But let's take a look. Here's the interior. Mooncalf. No. Yeah, mooncalf. Mooncalf. It's considered a stick tomato. Let's do the old brixometer. It's actually a refractometer, not a brixometer. But let's test the bricks on this. I don't have high hopes for it. 5.2. That's actually, did I remember paper towels? Yes, I did. Actually higher than I expected. Woo! How is that a 5.2? That is sour. Wowza. How is that a 5.2? 5.2 has some sweetness to it. Let me test that again. Hang on, had to zero it out. Ah, shoot. Have to recalibrate. Wow. That's all I'll say. I did hear it wasn't very good. All right, let's try this again. Ah, shoot. I ruined it. I have to recalibrate it with water. Let me see if I can do that. Is there anything else I need to brix meter for today? I don't think so. Whoa. You don't grow it for flavor, I'll tell you that. If you grow it, it's for novelty. If that is pretty nasty. I won't say that about many tomatoes. That's pretty nasty. Let me see if I can recalibrate with this with my water here because I want my refractometer. Anybody else grow mooncalf stick? Michael, I know you wanted to. It's certainly a fun one. I mean, if you want to grow something like that, it's a conversation piece, that is for sure. I do have another one here. Do I want to save it for seed? Probably not. I do. I have more upstairs. Let's just test another one. I don't know why I'm testing another one because this says 4.4. Even that's too high. Wow. Okay. Well, I would say it's about what I was expected, maybe worse. We'll put that to the side. And then I have another one that I can't believe I haven't tasted yet, but they just started ripening. This is one of Bill Yoder's from the Prince line, Dwarf Controversy. I had a heck of a time getting Controversy and beautiful ones to be healthy. I tried growing them indoors a few times last winter, and just their potato leaf, they just didn't want to grow indoors, and then I got them outside. But anyway, beautiful one started ripening a few weeks ago. This is just starting to ripen now, and I started these seeds in early February. So I've been wanting to taste this one. It's awfully pretty. Oh, that's got a gorgeous interior. Look at that. Let's taste it. Oops, let's test that. Test. That says 4.7. Oop. Uh-oh, runaway tomato. Oh, man, I lost all the seeds and goo. Huh. Now that tastes like it would be sweeter than a 4.7. It's pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good. It's way better than that other thing, but how would that other one test as a 5? How it registered any sweetness is beyond me. It's very tangy, very astringent tasting. So I would give this a 7. I don't know that it's a great one to grow indoors because I had a heck of a time. You certainly could try. I did grow raspberry beret indoors, and I'm going to try it again this winter. Let's see. Let's get to more comments here. Oh, I'm 39 this weekend. There's hope for me yet. Happy birthday, Kim. Mooncalf is so pretty. It's pretty. It is pretty. Anthony, I rewatched your micro-growing video and you talked about fungus gnats being a small issue. Since you bottom water, have you tried vermiculite or perlite on top of soil? I have. I've tried mosquito bits. They're not a huge problem with microdwarf tomatoes. They're a bigger problem with microdwarf peppers, but they fly around a little bit. I mean, I work down here. I'm down here all the time, and it's not. I don't feel infested with them, and I use those yellow sticky traps. I have tried that. I've tried sand on top. Basically, I try all this stuff because of the peppers. But the tomatoes, I just see them flying around once in a while. It's not a big thing for me. Anyway, whether you keep them in a spot in your house where you'd be annoyed doing this once in a while is up to you, but that's a good suggestion. And to be clear, I do bottom water, but I also top water. So I will put it in the sink. I'll water on the top, but I'll also have the sink filled up. So it bottom waters as well, because sometimes, especially when they're still small, I can't, even if bottom watering, it won't get up to the top quite yet. Michael, I'm glad mine didn't germinate after seeing how big it got. Yeah, I don't know how people list mooncalf as a micro. It's not. Haley says, I plan to collect all the stick tomatoes. So far, I have black growing it now. No fruits yet, only flowers. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. They're a conversation piece, that's for sure. Great reaction. The face. You almost look like you wanted to spit that sour tomato out. I did. I did want to. It was a spitter, Heidi, for sure. That was not a poker face. Even mooncalf looks so pretty. That's no 5.2. This thing must be on the fritz. I don't know. I don't understand. There's no sweetness to it at all. Um, I don't know. I was thinking the same thing, Rita. Can you explain what a stick tomato is? Well, I know the picture's from far away here, but basically it grows up like this long stick if you can expand the picture. And the foliage has these little pom-poms on it. That's the best way to describe it. They look like little pom-poms, and the fruits, if you look really closely, they come out of those little pom-poms. It actually gave more fruits than I expected. I mean, maybe 12 to 15, but I remember reading from a vendor who had it listed that they had a hard time ever getting fruit. So I really wasn't expecting. I was really growing it just for the novelty of it, not for the fruits. And I was going to toss it months ago, and then it started taking off because I started it inside. It started taking off when it was outside, and I'm like, I'll strap it to the fence and see what it does. If somebody has a better definition of a stick tomato than what I'm sharing, please feel free to share. All right, let's get to some other things. So I talked about this variety a few minutes ago. Since last week, I have shared that something else other than the 2-pound tomato has graced our life this week, Rob and I. We have found the perfect red tomato. The red tomato of my dreams that I wanted, that I yearned for, but was starting to be convinced did not exist. I like loud flavor. I like intense flavor. I like flavor when I'm chewing a tomato to not be watery. I like it to extend long past when I'm chewing. And we've tried so many reds, a lot this year, and they're just boring. They're just boring. They're okay. They're not great at all. When we tasted Asshole, we're like, oh, this is pretty good. You know, that's our favorite red tomato. Then we tasted this, and you guys know if you're in the group. Bacon, lettuce, and this. OMG. This is the tomato. What? Oh no. It is not a cross of dino and orange strawberry. Ignore the bottom of that slide. That's totally something else. Rats. Cut that off. Don't look at that. It's not a cross of dino and orange strawberry. It's a, what is it, a cross of Granny's? Where is it? Granny's heart. Oh my God. What was that for? Oh, that was for my next slide. Rats. I hate putting that up. Don't look at that. That's not. Granny's, what did I say? Granny's heart. It's a natural, natural mutation of Granny's heart, bacon, lettuce, and this. Bred by Gary Fitzgerald, the guy who runs the MMM swap in Tomato Junction. He's also known as Tormato from Massachusetts in the United States. Here's what Rob and I said about it. We found the perfect red tomato. Actually, these are my words. After 30 years of searching, tasting, and trying every red variety that is supposed to be good, the search is over. And I mean that. The search is really over. Gary's talked about, he's got some other varieties I plan on growing next year. But honestly, my search for like growing more red tomatoes, I'm done. I found it. If I don't need to taste any more reds, I want to taste his reds, but I'm done. I'll try Miss Scarlet next year. I'll try Swoon, and then a couple others he has from bacon, lettuce, and this after that. But this is it. This is it. If you like intense flavored tomatoes and you're looking for a red that knocks your socks off and you have not yet found it, you try bacon, lettuce, and this. And you can get it by joining Tomato Junction and taking part in that MMM swap. I'm not looking to promise you, but chances are you will get it. So Granny's heart is probably good too. I thought about that too, Hope. Yeah. Yay, congrats, Alicia. Yeah, it's delicious. We gave it, you ready for this? We gave it a 9.5. So it's not even just good for a red tomato, it's just a good tomato. 9.5s, I think I can definitely count on one hand. This is one of them. I was shocked. I was shocked. I heard it was good, which is why we grew it. Again, I don't usually grow things for the name. Um, but we've tasted some really mediocre reds again this year. It's just kind of like taste, yeah, like the rest. We throw it, put it to the side. This is not, this is spectacular. So I want to see you guys all get bacon lettuce in this. And guess what? I'm going to give away some seeds today. They're drying now. So by the time things are ready to send out, they'll be ready to go. So make sure you type in #tomato. Going to give away seeds for bacon lettuce in this along with Heidi's. So she's got 5 packs to give away, and I'm going to give away a pack of 5 BLT seeds along with each one. So make sure you type in #tomato. Where's my little graphic? Here it is. #tomato in the comments to win. Gosh, we've got 80 live viewers right now. Welcome. Welcome. If you're just joining, my name's Lauren. I'm a tomato head. I'm a bit insane, and I love talking tomatoes with you all. And I love having you talk with me. So please join. And I found the perfect red tomato. It's called bacon lettuce in this. At the end of my review, I did a more in-depth review in the group, and I put it on my Instagram. I said something like, I've seen the tomato heavens, and it is called bacon lettuce in this. And it really is that good. I really was just I was really starting to think there's something in the red pigment that just prevents it from being loud flavored. Not true. Not true. It's great. Gary believes that it's right now the F7, F7, F8 seeds are being circulated. So, it could not be completely stabilized. But I haven't heard of that. And by the way, gang, I did not get my seeds from the MMM swap. I got it from a trade with somebody in the group. So, you can certainly put it in your most wanted. Maybe somebody will have it. I'm not the first person to grow it at all. People have been growing it for a couple of years now. So you can put it in your most wanted and maybe you'll get it. Or join Tomato Junction, join the MMM swap, and you will get this luscious tomato. Oh, I forgot I have a real one to show you. How could I forget that? With this? Yes. Here's one. It's a thing of beauty. The plant isn't the most productive thing in the world. I say this sounding like a brat. I think we have about 10 of these on the plant. Plant's super healthy. Production's kind of compared to a lot of other things we're growing. But every one of these 10 tomatoes is cherished, absolutely cherished. So they're a nice size too, really nice size. It's like, this is the tomato of my childhood growing up in New Jersey that I remember in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were always lackluster, but I remember them tasting better when I was a kid. Do you guys remember that as a kid? Tomatoes just tasted better than your regular red beefsteak that's sold at a lot of farmers markets now. Forget the grocery store. That's not even a tomato. I don't know what that is. Jen says, dang dear, ate 2 large fruits I had of this. Ouch. I thought you saw, didn't you say you thought you may have 1 or 2 coming up? Did you say that this morning or was I misunderstanding? I hope so. That okay? Just have to grow more plants, Lauren. I'm growing at least 2 of those bacon lettuce and tomato next year. Absolutely. It is like a rare pearl, Larissa. It is. It's like the unicorn of the tomato world. Bacon lettuce in this is the unicorn of the tomato world. A red tomato that satisfies my picky palate for intense tomatoes. It's true. It's true. Heidi agrees. She's from New Jersey too. They were so good years ago. Kina, so jelly, my BLT did not make it. I know you were growing it before I was, on your grow list. I don't even know what made me put it on at the last minute. A lot of stuff got cut. I think somebody told me, well, the person who gave me the seeds, whose palate I trust, told me it was really, really good. So I'm like, all right, just tag it on with the rest of the reds I'm going to try. How many of each variety do you usually grow at a time? Mainly one, which I think I'm going to change after this year. Next year, I'm going to go back to a lot of my favorites, grow 2 of each. But I also have a ton of new stuff I want to taste, like the new stuff from Bill Yoder. I've got, more of the stuff from Gary Fitzgerald, a whole bunch of like the Sophias and the Elenas I want to try from Eastern Europe. So I don't know how I'm going to simplify, but we've had so many good things this year that I want. This year, we did not grow even stuff that was great last year. We really didn't regrow it. Malachite box, we regrew, but the plant died early. Jarson 1 tricolor, I regrew because it's delicious and I needed more seeds. And I'm really glad I did because it's, again, delicious. And then stuff I'm working on stabilizing. That may have been it. We had like Captain Lucky was outstanding last year, didn't regrow it. I want to go back to some of those next year. Some of our tried and true. I mean, for me, the whole point of growing so many each year is to kind of whittle it down to the outstanding ones that maybe someday we'll just grow the outstanding ones. That's in my like dream world. Is that reality? I don't know. Can I do that? Can I not try a million new varieties each year? I think I can. Because especially this year, what we're getting under our belt for outstanding varieties is pretty insane in a great way. Oh, Kina, did I see you're going to bed? Good night, Kina. Watch the rest tomorrow. Glad you were here. How did you grow it? This is BLT's in one of our raised beds in the mushroom compost filter topsoil bed. That mix is in the raised beds. That's how we grew it. I think we have that's the bed with Texas tomato cage on it. Yeah, we had like 2 beds that we still use. Like we have these Texas tomato cages, which are crazy. The rest of them, we have this fencing, and we adhere them to the fencing with gardening Velcro. But yeah, that one's in a Texas tomato cage, which is it's a big tall one. It's a good, nice, healthy one. Where can we get seeds for BLNT? Well, like I don't know if you heard me, Zach. If you go to join Tomato Junction, join the MMM swap, which will be starting in November. Chances are you will get them there. That's where a lot of people from our group got their seeds last year that participated in that. You can enter #tomato. Maybe you'll win in my giveaway at the end of the episode, and then put it in most wanted. Again, I'm not the first person to grow it. I know Secret Seed Cartel is growing it. They plan on selling it. Samantha Schaefer is planning on selling it. So there'll be seeds around. There will. Jen, I have a couple of small ones. I'm hopeful, but not holding my breath. I know you grew another one of his, Miss Scarlet, and you loved it. Kim, have you had a chance to try your tomato-laden prime rib yet? Yeah. My face kind of says it. Disappointing. I forget what we gave it. I can look on my phone real quick. It was really disappointing. So what she's talking about is I had prime rib is a variety from Bunny Hop Seeds Heritage Seed Market. And I had this plant that was really short, 32 inches tall, really bushy, laden with huge tomatoes. And I was really hopeful. I wanted it to be good, and they were beautiful fruits too. I think the plant, there's 2 more out there on the plant. I've saved seeds from all of it. Let me see. Maybe it's not as disappointing as I remember. I remember wanting it to be exceptional. Oh, hard to get my spreadsheet on my phone. It's very, very image intense for those of you that ever see my spreadsheet. Now I'm going to be scrolling forever. Come on, let's do it. Let's get down to the P's. Only on the D's. I want to say it was a 6. It's timing out. It's too much for my phone. I think it may have been a 7. I don't know that it was a 6. I'll do like an end of season roundup at some point. But yeah, it wasn't as good as I hoped. Though I have to say this, some tomatoes that I thought were just kind of lackluster at the beginning of the season are tasting better now. So I have to learn to not do like hardcore, like this is it reviews so early in the season because that can often change. Last week I tasted Chinese Princess right in front of you guys and was blown away. We had a good review for it, but it was really great. So I've got lots of seeds for that coming. Hope says I'm doing the same, putting mark on my list. So many favorites. Yeah. In ground or in grow bag. It was in raised bed. Raised bed. Have no fear, Erin, being late. You know I'm hardly into it, knowing me, right? Okay, what's next? So, talking about the 2-pound tomato, and I talked about this variety last week called large membranous, and it has huge clusters of huge tomatoes. I don't have any down here. And they're still coming on strong. It actually tastes pretty good too. It's not like a tasteless, huge red tomato. So I was in the bed yesterday and I'm like crawling around because things are crazy in there. I found a variety I forgot I planted. It's right next to it. But it's being hidden by these massive tomatoes. And I was there are these right behind this plant and these masses of huge tomatoes are these gorgeous, gorgeous tomatoes. Here they are. Heidi, I think I gave you one. They look like this. They kind of look like rusted sole. Kazula 68. That is the cross of Dino and orange strawberry, not bacon lettuce, and this. Kazula 68, bred by Anna Jankowski of Poland. Cross is Dino and orange strawberry. There's a couple different versions of this out there. If you Google Kazula 68, I think you find a red beefsteak. I got my seeds from tomatoeden.net because her pictures looked like this. And with Kazulas, Jarsons, you guys know probably that you can end up with a number of variants. Boy, are these things good. Oh my God. It was like this gift from the heavens. Like, oh my gosh. I would have realized it eventually, but I'm glad I was down on my hands and knees because it's kind of in a spot. You can't see it from the outside. There's lots of tomatoes on one side and lots on the other. It's kind of in the middle of one of the rows. I think I picked 30 of these last night. No joke. The Kazula, everything's been productive. Not bacon lettuce in this so much, but almost everything. They are so good. So good. We gave this an 8.5 out of 10. The Brix is a 5.6, which is pretty good for a slicer. Let me show you the inside. Isn't this pretty? They all look like this. Kind of like a pear shape. Oh, so pretty, right? So pretty. What a nice surprise this was. Tangy, sweet, juicy, very flavorful. Skin's a little chewy. That doesn't usually bother me unless it's like overly. We're all to the same thing, by the way. Kazula 68. If you're looking for seeds, you want to get them from Tomato Eden. I think she's the only place I've seen that has a Kazula 68 that looks like this. That's where my seeds came from. Or, I'll be saving seeds eventually. Also, I'm so geeky with my little baggie, so I can continue saving seeds from it, right? There it goes. But you may want to specify like tricolor version or something. I don't know. But that's Kazula 68. That was a really nice surprise. Dino and orange strawberry. Ansel says, whoa, that's massive. Hi, Ansel. Glad you're here. Cordara, I'm totally coming around. I think I said this the other day, but to you can't, you won't, you can't, you won't, you don't stop cherry. The more I eat those, the more I'm addicted. They're really good. I didn't think so at first, but they're really good. I'm coming around to that one. Drew, Lauren, you were meant for abundance. Thank you, Drew. That's a nice thing to say. Thank you. Um, Everybody's saying hi to Ansel. Hi, Ansel. I just want a big indoor space for growing like the strawberry farm. I agree. We have this Japanese hydroponic strawberry farm by us. It's really the most interesting thing ever. I want that too. For now, I just grow micros in my basement. Lisa says, pest pressure was so intense this year. I want screened tunnels. Yeah, I dealt with pests too, but again, I can't complain. A lot of um, bunny issues and birds making nests in my tomato plants, which tells you how healthy they were at one point. Um, Raccoons, but we did. Oh, and then Microberry Jerry, my little chipmunk, man, he was stealing. I meant to do a slide on this. There's a tomato from Grafsamina, a micro dwarf. She calls it Sweet Couple or Adam and Eva. Let me get you the link. Boy, is this good. It's a red and a yellow that you plant together. And I really wasn't expecting it to be good. I just thought it was really pretty and was going to grow it. So I'm growing on a deck railing planter. Here it is right here. Let me show it on the screen. Both of these fruits are delicious. Hang on. Sweet Couple, Adam and Eva. I'll put the link in the comments. And it's just, she packages them together, the Adam and the Eve. I forget which one's Adam and which one's Eve. There's a red and a yellow. And she just says, I'm going to grow it indoors for Micropalooza. Absolutely. Because these things taste incredible. Totally wasn't expecting that. I'm putting the link in the comments now. Let me make a banner for this shop. It's one of my favorite vendors. Grafsamina.com. Her name's Elena there. She's super nice. She's in Ukraine. Has on and off electricity because of the war. She is in the war-torn section of it. She's a great vendor. Anyway, if you can, I see my internet zooming out again. I better get rid of this screen. Sometimes if I have too many windows open, it goes bad. Okay. It seemed to fix it. Adam and Eva, really delicious. Maybe you ordered it already when you placed your order from Grafsamina. I know many of you did. Really excellent micro, super sweet fruits. Wasn't expecting that, especially the yellow one. And yellow ones I find don't do it for me. Okay. This next one was a surprise. It's called Surprise. I showed you guys the fruit before. This has been a really good one. Very productive. Developed by Madame Jacqueline Morel from France. I got seeds from Secret Seed Cartel. What a delicious tomato. Oh, how did I put the rating down here? Oh, thankfully it's in my book right here. My friend Sathia gave me this book, and we've been writing things down in here every night rather than putting it directly on the spreadsheet because that's a pain. We gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Bricks was a 5.2. My chicken scratch says OMG. So flavorful, tangy and sweet, delicious, intense flavor that lingers. So sweet, skin slightly tough, productive, a little spicy, outstanding. And then I usually put it into nicer words and put it in the spreadsheet. But this is a good one, really good one. On the Secret Seed Cartel, hers look a little bit more red than mine do. Oops. Here's another one. This is about as red as mine got. There's Surprise, and then there's Coeur de Surprise, which is what this came from. This is Surprise. Coeur de Surprise is more of a green. That is not this, even though they look like a green. They do have some red, but these are, if you wanted to order seeds from Secret Seed Cartel, this is Surprise. And it's excellent, really excellent. I have a few things growing. In fact, two more here that I'm showing today that are really good, but that's a delicious tomato. Surprise. That's what it looks like on the interior. Really nice tomato. 8.5 is pretty outstanding for us. Isn't there a Blaine Horton surprise too? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm doing a resource sheet on his crosses, but I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. That was so cute. He looks so guilty. You're talking about microberry, Jerry? Yeah. Oh, I brought him up because he's moved from microberry to my Adam and Eva. So I had to pick off the rest of the fruits the other day because I want to save seeds. They're so good. I thought he was sticking to the microberries, and there's a million microberries. He can have at it. What she's talking about is I put a video in the group a couple weeks ago of this little chipmunk we have. He hangs from the trusses of microberry, and he takes them, and he leaves little remnants on the deck railing. Heidi saw it yesterday, as a matter of fact. He's stealing my Adam and Eva little guy. Good thing he's cute. Was your Eva variegated? Adam and Eva? Nope. Was it supposed to be? Mine weren't. Not sure if we're thinking of the same variety or not. But no, I don't think mine were variegated. I feel like I would notice it. Hey, Hector. Glad you're here. Bounty Hunter has Blaine's surprise. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Okay, so that's surprise. Secret Seed Cartel's where I got my seeds. Next one got from my friend. Oh, I didn't get this from you, Deb, did I? I got cunning. Oh no, I got the seeds from you for Clairvoyant Sorcerer, and I got the plant for Cunning Wizard, right? Am I remembering that right? And I think James Maxwell also gave me Clairvoyant Sorcerer. Anyway, I bring this up. So I shared a couple months ago when I talked about growing this variety that we weren't sure. There's names can get lost in translation, obviously, from Eastern Europe. And there's Clairvoyant Sorcerer you find in some. You find some that say Cunning Wizard. You find Visionary Sorcerer, Clever Sorcerer. So I was trying to do some investigative journalism, as I do when it comes to tomatoes, and find, are these different varieties? Are they the same variety? So I decided to try both. And I've determined that Clairvoyant Sorcerer and Cunning Wizard are, in fact, the same tomato. They're just, because I'm growing a plant of each, they're both really nice tomatoes. I've got one here. They're really beautiful tomatoes. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Absolutely gorgeous. I love the shape of them. Really nice. What did we give this? How did I not put... I was supposed to, in my notes, put down the rating and the bricks. I didn't again. I think we gave that one a 7. It was good. It was really good. Wasn't like one of our favorites, but sure is pretty. Look at that fruit in those pictures of Clairvoyant Sorcerer. Look at the one with my hand holding it. It's insane. That was a beautiful fruit. I'm thinking of Jill in a box. Sorry, no problem. No problem. Deb, I think you're right. Oh yeah, you're growing both too. I forgot. I have both growing side by side in 2 places in my garden. They look and taste the same. Well, we solved it, Deb. Our investigative journalism, we figured it out. But they're beautiful, aren't they? Love the colors. Me too. Hi, Dancing Vita. Glad you're here. Okay, what's next? Okay, so I mentioned we tasted another red that was actually pretty good. Wasn't on the same playing field as bacon, lettuce, and this, let me tell you that. But it was better than asshole. So it's our number 2. And it's called Ed's Millennium. I got these from Secret Seed Cartel, claimed it was rare, getting back to our rare conversation. This is a great tomato. I've got 2 of them here. They don't have the greatest shelf life. I didn't pick these long ago and they're already starting to go, but here's one of them. They're really more like a pink. What did I say about it? We gave it a 7 out of 10, which is good for us for a red, for sure. Brix was a 4.7, very flavorful and sweet. A bit watery at the end, but very, very flavorful. Second best red after bacon, lettuce, and this. So yeah, if you're looking for a great red, those seeds are available. I don't know if they're in stock at the moment. I know Secret Seed Cartel is just releasing their new stuff. They do have Nano's Meatball Dwarf, by the way, one of my favorites of the year. Those, last I checked, are in stock. Wow, that is red. I know, right? It does. Why didn't those look all that red? It is red. Why do these look more pink? Oh, that's not even, that's Millennium. Maybe it's just because of the black background. Maybe they're not fully ripe yet. They do feel a little hard, but they're starting to go a little bit. That does look red. I'm not sure I would have sliced into it if it were this color, to be honest with you. And I did write red. I did not write pink. Interesting. Interesting. And they do call it a red on the site, so it must be a red. That was a big one. That was over a pound, 1 pound, half an ounce. Yeah. Oh, wow. It was right. It was really good. Really good. A 7 out of 10 is a great red for us. So pretty, and the shape is fun too. I so want to grow that one. And then there's the name. Yeah, I know. As far as I know, they're the only place that sells it. And I will be saving seeds. I have a whole bunch of them upstairs. Production was really good. But you can get seeds at Secret Seed Cartel for sure. Ooh, I like that. Cynthia says, yummy. Hopefully someone saw my post. I just got home. We did see your post, Cynthia, and I shared the link because your post is a little hard to read, but I put the link in the comments for everybody, and I also put the link in the comments of your post. Just so it can be a little hard to read without the formatting. And I did talk about what Fruition's doing this weekend too, so you can watch the episode back. Will you be posting the entire list of the tomatoes you're reviewing in this? In a perfect world, I would. I mean to do it every week. Someday I will. I'm so backed up with tomato season. Right now, I have a friend coming in the morning. I should really be getting ready, but I'm here with you guys talking tomatoes, and that's where I want to be. I will try. I will try. Definitely I will when it comes to like my favorites of the year and those episodes. I absolutely will, but I will try with these also. What's next? Oh yeah, Anakitovaya. Don't know much about this one. I know it's from Armenia. I got seeds from Heidi. You got one of these tonight too. I got seeds from a friend in Poland. It's also known as Anahit, kind of like Malachitovaya shkudulka. That's also known as malachite. This is known as Anahit. This was a really nice tomato. Orange, red, one-dimensional, juicy. Where's my review on it? Oh, we gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Brix is 4.8. Sweet and fruity, very wet, gorgeous, fresh and fruity, sweet, not much tanginess, smooth texture, and yummy. What does that mean, smooth texture? I think that was Rob said that. But absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And very productive. Very productive. Let's slice into the inside. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Let's do another slice. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's taste it. Mmm. Mmm. That's delicious. I don't know where you can get seeds for this, to be honest with you. I got seeds in a trade from a friend from Poland. I will be saving seeds. Or you can Google, perhaps you'll have better luck than I did. Anakitovaya or Anahit. So Anahit would be without the K there, Anahit. It's really fruity and juicy, sweet. I just got a lap of seeds and goo. Come on, man. Here's my paper towels. This is a messy job. Mrs. Tomato Head is a messy job. That's really yummy. It's fruity and sweet. Little citrusy tanginess. Really refreshing. 7.5 was a good review from us. I would stick with that. 7.5 out of 10. Bricks is a 4.8. Yeah, absolutely breathtaking. Lots of seeds and goo. I like that. Okay. Into the bag it goes for seed saving. Cynthia, thank you. Thank you. I'm a hot mess. I often say I'm a hot mess who tries really hard. It's like a daily thing I say to Rob. I'm such a hot mess while you're married to me. Okay, what's next? Tastes like what, Lauren? Well, it tastes like a tomato, but it tastes like a really good tomato. It tastes fresh and fruity, sweet, tangy. I can't say it tastes like any particular fruit. It tastes like a tomato to me, but a really a sweet and refreshing, yummy tomato. Okay, this next one Deb gave me for sure. She gave me the plant. Arrows of Cupid. Where's that? Here we go. Getting a lot of these all of a sudden. Thank you, Deb. Let me show you a real life one here. Isn't that a pretty one? Oh, we're starting to go on top there. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is bred by Ruslan Dukov from the Ukraine. Why did I not put my review up there too? I guess I have to look it up. We gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Very sweet, good flavor. Equal sweet and tanginess. Very delicious. Gorgeous interior. Shall we look and decide that for ourselves? I think we shall. My knife's not big enough. And they're all big like this too. How are yours doing, Deb? Very pretty. Let's do another cut. That's usually where the money shot is. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Let's give it a taste. A little bit of a big bite there. Mmm. 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 It's delicious. Tangy. With a lingering sweetness that like I'm still tasting it. That's the tomato I love, when I can still taste it after it's swallowed. That's a good tomato. It's delicious. 5.4 bricks is really very sweet for a slicer. 7.5 out of 10 we gave it. Deb says the plant is pumping out fruits now, all good size, pretty and very juicy. Yeah, I love it. It's really good. Thank you for the plant, Deb. I know when Deb and I met in New Hampshire, she lives in New Hampshire. I was up there for a family wedding a couple months ago, and we exchanged some plants, and she brought more than what I bargained for. And I was so, at that point, I had everything mapped out. I'm like, I can't take this. I can't take this. But we found room. I think at that point, Rob was doing 2 less beds, right, Deb, than what we did. And I'm so glad because you gave us some of our favorites this year. Indian Reservation, Arrows of Cupid. And I think there's another one coming up. Yes, the next one you also gave us, which looks kind of the same. Hang on, let me put this in a bag. Alchemist. Thank you, Deb. You obviously know what you're doing when it comes to research, because like everything you gave me is amazing. Into the bag for seed saving. Although honestly, like, hang on, I want another bite of this. Some of these have so many tomatoes. It's not like I need to be this anal about saving seeds, but I am. Okay. Alchemist. Boy, it's hard to find information about Alchemist. I see it listed everywhere. Russian sites, Ukrainian sites, but as far as finding an origin, it would be a guess that it's from Russia. I don't know. All I know is it's very yummy. Where's again, I didn't write the review down here. Do I have to look it up? Do I have to do everything myself? Come on. Where is it? Guess we tasted it a while back. How far back did we taste it? Well, I guess it was a while ago because I do have the review here. I just don't have what we actually reviewed it as and the bricks. I wrote very yummy, quite tangy and citrusy with an intense flavor and tomatoey flavor. Intense fruity and tomatoey flavor. Definitely intense with more tang than sweet, but a really excellent tomato. Deb gave me the plan. From organicseeds.top, they say mid-season indeterminate, 200 to 400 grams. I have one here. I think, yeah, here we go. This is very productive. Alchemist. How beautiful is this boy? Bad boy. So pretty. Rowena says, you sure got some nice ones from Deb. I sure did. I hope Deb got some nice ones from me too. How's your Carl's Emslandtraube doing, Deb? Did that fruit for you? Sure, Debbie. Alchemist looks beautiful both inside and outside. I know. Those are my favorite. For sure. Let's slice this one open. This plant has been so productive all season long. I know we've got a whole bunch out on the plant right now. Oh, God. Look at this. Come on. Come on. I think we gave this one at least an 8, maybe an 8.5. Look at that goo. Ooh. That's sweet right off the bat. Are you saying, wait, Lisa, are you saying ew from the goo? You don't like the goo? Oh, I love the goo. The goo is my jam. I'm all about the goo. Isn't that just gorgeous? That's gotta be at least an 8. That's really delicious. Thank you, Deb, for these wonderful tomato gifts. Alchemist. Pretty sure seeds for this you can get at Tomato Eden. Yes, Deb? I'm pretty sure you told me that. And Arrows of Cupid, by the way. Right? Both of those Tomato Eden.net. Really delicious. Oh, Lisa, that was a good ooh. So it was ooh, not ew. Gotcha. I was going to say, I'll still be your friend, but I can't relate to you anymore. Okay, into the bag it goes. Let me wipe off the cutting board here so we don't intermix seeds. How long? Oh, for goodness sakes, we're almost at 2 hours. How much more do we have to go? Just a couple more. Let me do a wipe of the cutting board here. Now it's not just a tomato mess upstairs. Now it's a tomato mess down here. But that's okay. It's all of you, so it's a good thing. Gorgeous. Yes, all Tomato Eden. Good to know. And while you're there, now on sale, the Lauren, the Keena, and the Jennifer tomatoes. Named after us. We have tomatoes named after us. I've barely had cracking, but tons of murdered plants and fruit from the slugs. The stink bugs are getting to mine now. The stupid tomato stink bugs. Oh my God. They're insane. I see them like mating on the tomatoes. It's gross. Malacara was really good in seeds. Is that, am I remembering right? Is that a long keeper? I think Malacara is a long keeper, right? Good to know. Oh, goo, not good. She says goo, not good. All right. So that was Alchemist. What's next? Ah, Rusted Soul. This one came recommendation from Jen. It was one of her favorites of last year, I think. I thought I had a Rusted Soul down here. Yes, I do. Kind of looks like that Kazula 68 I showed you. Look at this beauty. This plant is so productive. I cannot keep up with it. You know, it's one thing to see like little red tomatoes hanging from the vines that I can't get to, but watching this on the vine that I can't get to is painful. This is a great tomato. Really, really nice tomato. We rated this, excuse me, what did we rate this? A 7.5. Brix was a 4. It's from Latvia. I got my seeds from Tomato Galaxy. And it's delicious. I know Jen raved about it on her one of her videos last year, and I knew I had to have it. Your Rusted Soul hasn't been great. Flavor wise, production wise, because I think flavor, it's great. Yeah, an 8, no, 7.5, 7.5. Let's look at the inside of this one. Ooh, a lot of them look the same, don't they? You can tell what I like. That's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. You know what's funny? After tasting Alchemist, all of a sudden this doesn't taste all that great. It did. I mean, I've been eating a ton of them. That's not a good one. Excuse me. That's not a good one. Weird. I think I must have just picked a bad tomato because that's been really, really tasty. But maybe Alchemist just spoiled it for me, tasting it right after that. Oh, you said your Rusted Soul has been great. Gotcha. I thought you said it hadn't been great. Mike's, well, it just started storming here. It's good for the crops, but the ditches are filling up fast. We tend to flood more in the last few years than I've seen in 62 years. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, be safe. When you taste an amazing tomato, the rest pale in comparison. Yeah. Although even so, we do a lot of tasting at night back to back. I think I just picked a bad Rusted Soul because they've been pretty good. Not as good as ours or as Alchemist, but pretty good. Really enjoy that one. Okay, just a couple more, I think. 2 more, I think. What do we got? Got bags of tomatoes all over the place. Okay. This one's been a really nice surprise. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. Muddy Mamba. I don't think, is that from Latvia? I think I did it wrong again when I was making the slides, gang. Ignore Latvia. I have no proof this is from Latvia. I don't think it is, but that was left over from the last slide. Darn it. Oh, well. We gave this an 8 out of 10. Do I have a Muddy Mamba? I don't think I do. Delicious, gorgeous, and super flavorful. Brix was a 5. I wrote very good, not great. Great would be like, oh, now I understand. Very good, not great. Why is it an 8? Here we go. Gorgeous colors on huge fruits. Brix at 5 was higher than many other indeterminates. Flavor not as intense as we normally enjoy. Hoped it would be better. Upon second tasting, I liked it a lot better. Very fruity and flavor lingers, which I love. The plants are incredibly prolific and just keep producing even in this drought, bumping it up to an 8. Sweet with just a hint of tanginess to it. It's from a bicolor off type of black mamba. Appeared in the garden of Tatiana Kushnareva. It could be from Latvia, but I don't think it is. So forgive me giving misinformation again. Fake news coming from Lauren in the tomato world. Jerry says, fabulous looking tomatoes. Thank you. Yeah, we've had some good ones this year. I'm not showing the great ones tonight other than bacon, lettuce, and this, but we've had some really good ones. All right, this has been a really great tomato. This is one that I've also grown to appreciate as the season went on. It's called Baba Rum. These are an 8 out of 10 for us, 4.5 bricks. This is the plant that just won't stop. We get these gorgeous green when ripe fruits. This is a small one. Every time I go out there, we've had at least 50 fruits, at least. Probably, it might even be double that. Baba Rum. Here's what I know about it. It's Secret Seed Cartel. I swear, so many of our good ones came from SSC. It's a Russian commercial variety. Entered into the State Register of Breeding Achievements of Russia in 2015. They said not only is it beautiful, it performed extremely well in their 2023 heat wave. I wrote it's a really great tomato, fresh, fruity, and sweet with just enough tanginess to make it a full picture tomato for me. Very beautiful on the inside with a streak of pink and lots of seeds and goo. Very juicy. Let's take a look inside. No pink streak in this one. Let's check if we cross it or slice it again. A little pink here. Sometimes it happens. Little pink. Excuse me. Great tomato. Definitely an 8. Really tangy, which I love. Lots and lots of flavor. Huge production. Baba Rum. I think seeds are pretty readily available in many places, but I got my seeds from Secret Seed Cartel. Here's a good question. Mountain Mule Hardwoods. Hi there. Are there Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head ratings for more common tomatoes somewhere? Captain Lucky or Taiga, for example. I'm curious for comparison's sake since I'm new here. You can go on my Instagram. I did review Captain Lucky last year. We grew it. I have not grown Taiga. In the group, I post a lot of my reviews also, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. I don't have, my master spreadsheet has them all on there. Maybe I should release like a master list of what we've reviewed over the years. We haven't actually given numbers and stuff to things for all that many years. We just kind of tasted, this is really good. Couple of years we have, but yeah, Captain Lucky we rated last year. That was our number. That was one of our 9s out of 10. Outstanding. I plan to grow it again next year. It was absolutely fantastic. So for comparison's sake, Captain Lucky is a 9 for us, if that helps. Okay, so that's it. So let's give away some prizes. Hang on, let me put this in a baggie. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for over 2 hours, as usual. Into the baggie goes. More seed saving. Okay, so what we've got, Heidi donated 2 packs of Bosque Blue Bumblebee, which is developed by J&L Gardens from the US. And then 3 packs of Strange Love, which is Bill Yoder's creation. Where the heck's my notebook? I'm a hot mess over here. Tomatoes everywhere. My notebook's flying. Seeds. Micros all over the place. So I'm going to give, and then I'm going to add, we're going to give away 5 of those. So 3 Strange Loves, 2 Bosque Blue Bumblebee. So that'll be our 5 winners. And then I'm going to add a pack of bacon, lettuce, and this to each one of those. So if you win, please private message me. If you're in the group, Messenger is always best. If you're not in the group, you can email me. This is my email address, learny@me.com. I'll put it in the comments also. Okay. Let's pull up our handy dandy giveaway tool. You still have time to put in hashtag tomato if you didn't do it yet. Do it now. And I'll just say this again. Right now I'm working to get micros out to people for Micropalooza, so that's kind of taking priority. If you win something that you need now, just tell me. I will get it out now. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait a little bit because I'm so backed up on prizes. But I write it all down. You will get it. But please, if you are in a rush, just tell me. I'm good like that. Okay. Got 80 people that entered. So this first one's going to be for one of the Bosque Blue Bumblebees. Rana Turner. Congratulations, Rana Turner. So you get Bosque Blue Bumblebee and BLT. Okay, and then we'll do another Bosque Blue Bumblebee and bacon, lettuce in this. And this one goes to Anna Leah Ratliff. Congrats, Anne. Okay. Now we've got 3 Strange Loves. And thank you, Heidi, by the way, for this generous donation and for stamps for me to send these out. Very nice. Okay, this is for Strange Love and BLT. Where's my Catahoula? Let me write this down. My Catahoula. Okay, I don't know who you are. If you're in the group, please private message me. If not, you can use the email address I put on the screen. So this is Strange Love and BLT. Okay, we'll do another Strange Love and BLT. Where's my Catahoula? Congratulations, by the way. Darcy Wilkie. Congratulations, Darcy. And last one. Try to keep track of all this. Strange Love. You wouldn't believe the amount of notebooks I go through. They just stack up there staring at me saying you need to get these out. And I do. And I always include extras because I feel bad you guys wait, but they're fun. Christina G. Congratulations, Christina G. Congrats to all of you. And thank you guys once again for tuning in for Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. It's been a fun couple hours as always. And congratulations, everyone. And thank you for a great live again, Lauren. Thank you. So I likely won't be doing a garden tour on Tuesday. I think that's it for the garden tours for the year. But I'll be back next Thursday with another show. Thanks, Michael. Thank you all for being here. It's always fun doing this with you guys. And I will see you next week. Peace, love, get your gratitude on, and go grow tomatoes. Bye, gang.